funny because
Hey, happy Monday. All right,
nice.
let me move this over a little bit so we can see John. All right, so sorry about being delayed. We had some technical difficulties. We lost power here. It started raining all of a sudden.
We
Thunder,
upgraded
lightning.
to a Commodore 128, and it is not like the Commodore 64.
Well, it
Finding
actually
out.
started raining first, and then we lost the power.
And then John was watching a movie in a movie theater. Shocker.
The power went out in the movie.
That part is different.
I got up and walked over to the bar next door, sat down, ordered a blonde ale.
You're
Here
at the Morristown Mall, right?
The power comes out that goes out on the other side of the mall.
That's kind of, you would expect that to happen. I mean,
did you get a rain check?
He's a member.
I'm Regal Unlimited, so I just the manager even said, "We're so sorry," and I said, "I've got to pass. I'm good, man. Thank you. I appreciate that."
Right. It's Monday afternoon.
Plus I've seen Thunderbolts 50 times by now.
It's Monday afternoon. I'm the only one in here. I don't think you have to apologize.
The manager was relatively new, but the concession girl who refills my flask for me was very much like, "Oh, he's always here."
Triple B, no, they have not gone out yet, my friend. All right. So they will as soon as I get the blanks together here and send them out to Jessica Court, and Mariano's here, so he's aware of it. All right. So, but don't worry about it. We'll get them out within the next day or two. All right. Sorry, John.
Yeah, whatever Rex said. Yes, that's right.
There you go.
Marcus,
Rex is in charge.
Megan 2.0 is as wonderful and as awful as you would think it is. It's the perfect movie to, bring a flask of what I call reinforced Sprite and, enjoy.
Can't even imagine what's in that. So
Actually,
what were you?
Remy Martin is really good in Sprite, just so you know.
Nothing in that flask. It's just Sprite and coloring of Midori.
Last time I checked, that's not a coloring.
It makes it very sort of green and festive.
So what were you watching when the power went out?
Megan
Okay.
2.0. Megan 2.0.
I wasn't sure if that was what you
Did you split your movie time, John, this weekend between that and 28 years later, by any chance?
28 years later, I was asked to wait for my godson. We were supposed to see it this weekend, and of course, being a young 20-year-old man, you see something? I said, wake her up and send her out of your dorm room so we can go to the movie. I told her I would buy her breakfast. I was like, all right, we'll see the movie next week. He knows I won't wait too long. As my only godson, who there's even a molecule of potential for success. My other godson and nephew have already been consigned to. They're like 20-something pensioners. They're just waiting for their dad to die to collect the money and that sort of thing. But this one godson might, girls find that he's an engineering major sexy. So apparently that's why he's an engineering major. I explained that, you have to know stuff in order to do stuff to make money, right? I have a friend who's an engineer. He's been an engineer most of his life. I don't see the same cognitive wherewithal between those two individuals, but
so Megan 2.0 is I saw the trailer. It seems a little bit like Terminator, kind of.
Well, the original movie a couple of years ago was, again, awful and wonderful depending on your viewpoint.
Right.
It's essentially a doll that comes to life. It's it's I guess you would say it's almost like it was Chucky 23 when it first came out. I mean, I think that's sort of this was more, I guess, science-based where Chucky is not. But it's Westworld, it's robots gone wild. In an age of AI, I find this stuff more and more and more terrifying and entertaining.
So Triple Big. So I'm gonna go on a Rex rant.
Your phone again?
Because about a month and a half ago, I put in it was called a roof calculator. Basically, try to get an idea of the how much it would cost to replace my roof, because I need to do that soon, and with tariffs and anything else, I wanted to get a price. Turns out it was nothing but a lead generator, And
Yeah.
the first day, I got like 60 calls. I don't
Close.
understand how there can be that many roofers in the state of New Jersey. Subsequently, every day, it's to dwindle a little bit, but I've also gone in and like painstakingly blocked the number, deleted it, blocked it. I get calls. These SOBs started about 8:20 in the
Oh,
morning
no.
with the calls. Saturday, Sunday, doesn't matter. Okay, it's getting.
They're trying to help you, Rex. They
I've
want to
probably
help
gotten
you.
I've probably gotten calls from somewhere around 500 different roofers. Okay, in the last
It's
month and a half.
consumerism. They're offering you their product and service.
Yes, because there's a need. There's a want.
How
Look,
can
the
there
next
be?
time you click on anything, make sure it doesn't say sponsored. All right. If it says
Right.
sponsored, you're screwed.
This from
Sponsored or
You're
brought
in-
to you by. That's
Right.
the other kind term they use. Right. $300 for air conditioning is, I would take that any day of the week. To have air conditioning installed in New Jersey, it's close to $20,000.
Well, it depends on the size of your house.
It could be more. My buddy in Pennsylvania spent almost $30,000 because he bought an abandoned bed and breakfast. Like had 8
Oh, you
rooms
mean
and-
everything, ductwork, and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
just,
if you have pre-existing ductwork, it shouldn't cost that much.
I mean, I think it depends on. When I saw $300, I thought that was like a maintenance fee because
Yeah,
that's what we pay to have the HVAC guy comes out every quarter and does his thing, this, that, whatever, and it's usually like $288 something. And that's
okay.
4 times a
This
year.
is weird. So I gotta say, so Jay, did something change on StreamYard?
No, it's a YouTube thing. I don't know why. We don't know why it's
Okay,
happening.
all right. So you see it too, right? It's not just
Yeah.
me.
Everybody's handles are showing up the way they're showing up.
Yeah, it's
And all the middle finger emojis are very clear now.
No, that's meant for you. So you're probably wondering why Mariano's here. Good
No,
question.
They're not. I came to talk to them about search engine optimization.
Nice.
So the next time you do a Google search, let's say for roofing, and you come up with a list of like 25 things, skip the first 5 or 6.
Yep.
Just search
Work your way
down because the first ones are all paid advertising.
It is
They're
absolutely-
paying to get to the top of
absolutely-
the list. Don't be like Rex and click the top
It
one.
is
because then
absolutely
you're going to end up
impossible.
with 500 phone calls in the
Rex,
coming
you
is
got to listen to
absolutely
Mariano,
impossible.
man. He's trying to help you out, brother. He's trying to help
He's
you
not.
learn the
Trust me,
internet
he's
and
not.
avoid
I'm not
scams.
Let me say.
I'm not helping you out. It's too late for you. I'm helping the audience.
Let me say this.
So now they know.
At this point, throw your
It
phone
is
away. and get a new
impossible.
number.
It is impossible to get a yes/no answer from Mariano. Okay, this morning is an excellent demonstration. of it.
Jay, we need
Okay.
that for a shirt. We'll be like Rex.
So
Mariano's
we have a
25.
sketch cover tonight. We
I
have a
would buy
sketch
that
cover
shirt.
tonight.
I would buy that shirt.
No, let me finish my story. We have a sketch cover night that he worked on, Jessica Court and Joe Del Beato worked on, which is a little odd. It's unusual in that all 3 artists worked on the one sketch cover.
Nice.
So I asked him
He
this
did
morning.
ask me.
I
Is it
said,
pretty,
This
man?
is true.
How come-
This is a true story.
I only tell true stories here on the show. So I asked him, I said, how come there are 3 of you? And he takes me down this long primrose path. Okay. All I wanted was more or less well, I did this, Jessica did that, Joe did this. Nope. Had to go the long way around, the scenic route.
No,
to the story.
No.
Half an hour later, it was
This-
lunchtime. Okay.
It's lunchtime for you every hour. So the scenario here is teach a man to fish.
Oh my God.
Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day.
All I
Teach a
wanted to
man
know
fish
was
and
why
he's
all
fed for
3 of them
life.
were on this one
Rex
project.
needed to know the assembly line process of a comic book, which apparently, after decades in
not.
the industry, isn't
I
clear
did not.
on.
I did not. I just wanted to know why this particular one had all 3 of you on it, and a simple, well, Joe did this, Jessica did this, I did this.
And
Well,
this is
you
why
know-
we don't have the Silverhawks.
3
anymore
minutes
yet.
later, conversation is over.
Well, Rex
Okay.
does still think the writer of a comic is the letterer. So, yeah.
There's the letterers. There's
Spoken
the
and-
tracer.
Hey, wait. Oh, Mariano, you want to call Robbie to be one of your sketchbook artists, sketch cards? In 3 to 5 years, you may get the product.
Was that a dig at the
Oh,
man?
absolutely.
Were you throwing
The
this man under
first
the
year,
bus?
the first year we were doing the show together.
It's
He
just going
said,
to be the
"Send me
Wendigo in the
some blanks."
snowstorm.
Send me some blanks. I'll
No,
draw
no.
some.
You
Okay,
said
Robbie.
you said, what if I sent you some blanks? And I said, send me some blanks. It will take a long time though. I'm a very busy person. Okay. So that's what I said.
Never said it would take a long time. You said, yeah, I can do it.
The first one
Then
is like
the very next
80%
day.
complete. Okay. So
How long have we been doing this show, Jay?
we've been doing this over
You
3
know,
years.
you know. Here's the thing. I keep taking up for Robbie. Robbie's working on his own comic book, man. He's got things. He's got many irons in the fire. So worrying about the sketch covers,
Yeah,
probably
what
not
he
top of the
said.
list, unfortunately.
That's right.
If Mark Spears isn't the penciler, why bother?
All right. On this segue, I'm jumping up.
No, wait.
It's time. It's time to do a little show and tell.
Okay.
No, we have more banter. Sorry.
No,
There's more banter.
Yeah, you're stuck here
What I
for at
wanted
least
to
an
do
hour.
is find a roll.
You better call your wife right now. You want to use my phone?
I'm going to sit here and block.
You
Rex.
you want to call your wife and tell her
This
you're going
is
to be
much
late?
Better. Oh, wait, no,
Because you're going to be here for a while.
Okay, there you go.
You're going to be here for a long time.
Mariano's
Let
here
him
to
scoot
hand me my
over.
invoice for the last 4 years of
Actually,
things
you know
I've
what?
taken off his desk.
Forget about the cover you guys mentioned. We started by popular request because you, the audience members, requested this. When we get a new artist, we're now doing a little hype on the new artist. This is like a new shtick for us. Didn't happen years ago. It's happening now.
Ooh.
So we are debuting a brand new artist to the fold, Chris Brocklinger. It's not spelled Brocklinger.
No, it's not.
It's spelled differently.
So they
but it's
started the
pronounced.
NXT
It's
level.
block.
And
It's Brock
No,
or
don't
block?
confuse me. I had it right.
Hey, I'm
I had
spelling it the
right.
way you sent me the email.
Brocklinger.
I
is
thought
the
it was-
gentleman's name.
Then why did
Charming artist.
Is there an
charming guy.
R?
What?
Is there an R in his name?
No, there's no R. It's
Then-
a CH.
oh, see, this is good. Is this
There's
the
an L.
cover?
Brocklinger, I said.
That sounds like there's an R.
This should be like Nick's business card.
Anyway.
Even with him blocked, he's still talking.
Yeah, it's Brocklinger.
Physically blocked, he's still talking. I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's my
All right.
show.
So, Flash, and not only are we debuting Chris's new work, but this character is Mr. Barucci's favorite. So after the committee reviewed all the work and saw everything this gentleman did, this was the selected piece to debut tonight. Why? Well, because it's good, but also because the Flash is Mr. Barucci's favorite character. So here we are. Chris Blocker. That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
No,
Chris
that's a bonus.
Brocklinger debuts with the Flash, and
That's a nice cover. That's a
we'll
really
see
nice
more
cover.
work from this gentleman as time goes on.
Yeah, he's good. I like.
So
I like the lightning, the way he worked it into the costume. That's very cool. I like that.
it's kind of like right out of the TV show. I love
Yeah.
that. I love
The
that.
TV show was the one with the good Flash, to be clear.
Yes, as opposed to what Flash? Which Flash? Where are we going with
The
this?
DCEU
Where
Flash.
are we going with this?
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller, no. They're like, he's disappeared. I'm like, fine.
No, he showed up somewhere. There was
Robbie,
a picture.
this
of him.
really goes on tangents. I mean, these
Oh,
guys just
It really does.
away.
And then Rex tries to blame me. You see how like courteous I've been.
You're being perfect. You're sitting there hosting and chiming in when you
Which
need
shows that Mariano does not watch a show when he's not actually on
John
it.
Wesley Shipp is my favorite Jay Garrick Flash.
Actually, he loves the Flash back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's the Flash I remember. All right, let's move on. Let's move on very quickly here because we don't want to kill a lot of time. Tracy Medina,
It's
Too late.
7:15. Take your
Wolverine,
time.
and
Too late.
Deadpool. Two in the
It's 7:15.
a great job by Tracy. Great job by Tracy. Up and coming
Is there an
talent.
image to throw up?
Love
for
her
that?
work.
There we
Charles C.K. Kent. This
Oh,
is
that's very good.
it is good, and it's right out
Yeah,
of,
sorry about this, Jay. I know he's going out of order and just picking stuff up at random.
I'm gonna let you guys do your thing afterwards. I'm just throwing.
That's
a few
how I do my
comments
weekly
here and
shopping
there.
here.
I heard that they like when I throw some comments about the covers. So I'm
They
throwing
do.
So this is right out of the Peter David years, where the Hulk was gray and his girlfriend Betty Ross hanging on for dear life. This I'm loving this. Charles C.K. Kent.
Isn't she
job.
Red She-Hulk?
Great job. I'm sorry.
Isn't Betty Red She-Hulk?
But that was later. This is like when Peter David was writing it. No, she hadn't been invented yet, the Red She-Hulk. Let's stay with the program here. Blue Devil. Blue Devil had a big run in the 90s. It's a fun character from DC.
I'm
this
surprised
is
you haven't
Tony
seen more
Scott.
of him.
More of Blue Devil?
Yeah,
Where am I?
it was a fun character.
Where did I see this?
I mean, they
think
brought
it was in
Lobo
an
back.
animated. I think it was in an animated cartoon. Pretty sure. But anyway, great use of color here because the cover itself was sort of blue, so it kind of lent itself to this character.
Now you know where Blue Devil got his trident from in his book. Apparently, he just boosted one of Aquaman.
Yes,
And just
exactly.
turned it upside down, right?
Exactly. And then last but not least, the aforementioned. You know what? Hold on a second. Before I even get into this, I'm noticing a real disparity. I'm blaming Mr. Wang for this one.
Oh no!
Notice every other comic I lifted up here, and I almost passed over the acetate animation cover for Dr. Octopus Spider-Man. But notice all of these
You mean the
covers,
Superior Spider-Man?
pristine bags and boards, looking like wonderful. And then we get to the most coveted piece of all that has 3 different artists on it. And what don't we see, Mr. Wang? We don't see any bag and board
Because
here.
that won't fit. I need a Silver Age
Amy,
bag and board.
Shouldn't it have been
Amy, we need
slabbed
you.
by now?
Amy, can you hear my voice?
Amy left.
No, she's here. I know she's
She's
here. She
ignoring.
will help.
She's ignoring him like
She
she
will
does
help.
most of the day.
All right, so this began life as a concept piece from the old 1940s Batman noir from back in the day.
The
when
cereal?
They had the cereal, yeah. This is a still from that cereal. And to explain the Amy, we need your help desperately.
Amy dragged
We
him up.
need your help desperately.
What's wrong?
Rex set
What's
up
wrong
this
now?
whole
Well,
display.
Mariano's here.
Rex
So
set
that's
up this
number
whole
one.
display. Everything is in poly bags. Everything is real, except the one piece that has 3 artists in one. Is there a poly bag for this? No, there isn't. But we need a rescue. We need to put this. We need to preserve this.
Yes, let me go get one for you.
Thank you.
It
You're
has,
the
to be,
best.
it has to be Silver Age.
You're
Amy.
the
Wait a minute.
bestest.
Isn't there a dynamite code?
Rex, do you have Silver Age?
I
Spider?
don't. That's why it's not bagged.
I'm pretty
See,
sure if we
If he
remove
wasn't
a
so
bag and
long-winded,
board-
I would have been able to get
I'm
that
pretty sure
out
if we
faster.
remove a bag and
Isn't
board,
there a
it would
dynamite
fit.
code to order comic shields in the Silver Age size and
There
magazine
is.
size?
That we have a
If anything,
warehouse.
go into the y'all got like a little like employee kitchen or like something like that, like a little
Ziploc bag.
yeah, you find like a Ziploc bag, some saran wrap, some foil, even something like that.
We have
man.
all of the above.
I do have foil.
all of the above.
Foil. You imagine? I should have brought like wrapping
Foil that
foil
up.
from the deli and just
Wax paper.
So let's go back to this unique piece. by
Shout out to Lewis Wilson,
2
by the way.
tremendous talents, Jessica Court
Do we want to
and
try?
Mr. Joe Del Beato.
I
See
did.
if it fits?
Fantastic
It won't
artist.
fit.
I do want to try.
What is it? Is it a
It
black
won't
label
fit
size book?
because Mr. Wang doesn't want to think out of the
Rex,
box.
Is it a black label
It'll
size book or
fit
something? Is
very,
that why-
very
It's
nicely.
square mouth.
Oh,
If
okay.
we
okay.
remove the back and board and simply slide it in.
Okay. By the time Mariano gets that in the bag, we'll probably have to go to break.
Now
Third
he's-
break.
now he's like there's no winning with Mr. Wang. There's no winning.
I know.
Now it's in a bag and board, as it was meant to be. In a bag, not necessarily the
Do
board.
they get a
I bet you we
discount
could
if
slip
they
the
use
board and let
code
me have the
Lewis
board.
Wilson when they buy it?
Amy, you really rescued this situation. You really, really rescued this situation. Look at that. Look at that comic book bag and board in seconds, live on camera. Where was Mr. Wang for 8 hours
Do you
before
think
the
when
show?
Amy updates her resume, her current job is like caregiver? It's not like
Amy,
You know where I
What do you
was?
caregive comic
Babe,
books?
I was listening to your explanation why 3 artists were on that book. That's why.
Amy is,
And that took up half my day.
Honestly, the
Thank
first
you.
two messed it
Thank
up.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. You saved the day. You saved
Rex
the
never
day.
says that about me.
I'm saying it live on camera, and then it can be replayed
Thank you,
over and
Marcus.
over.
Good question.
Amy,
I like
Amy
Marcus's
is the face of
question.
the company. That's why she does all
Wait,
the
I can't
promos
read
and all the
Marcus's
humble
question.
bundles.
What's Marcus's question?
Right there. It's
How
highlighted for you.
come it wasn't in a bag and board when it was handed to Rex. They are all
Blam!
But you asked
Good
him to
question.
do it for you
They're
because you
all
didn't have what
bundled.
you
Isn't
needed.
it Jeff's
They're all
fault because he's
bundled
busy having
together
children or
in
something?
one big container for him, so that he can go over them later.
Yeah, with
and then
about 40
put through
pieces
his
of
thing
scotch
bag.
tape.
Oh, is
taping it
that
down.
tonight's hashtag?
Amy saves the day. That's tribute to tonight's
Today,
hashtag.
love it.
That's
love
the
it.
hashtag. Everybody enter that hashtag, and Rex will give you something for free that doesn't belong to either him or I.
Hi, Robbie. I didn't say hi yet. How are you?
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm all right. Keeping busy.
And entertain.
Robbie's thinking,
And-
man, who does
and
the inventory over there?
I had technically did 2 live streams today because we had a blackout, so I had to go back on and let everyone
I know
we
that
were
Amy
okay.
pretty much does everything there, y'all. I know the inner workings. Bueller's talked to me. You know,
It's
Travis
true.
has given me the ins and out.
Yeah,
He's like,
get
Mariano
more
does a
than
few
that.
things. Amy does most of the work. Nick comes in, barks orders, and then nobody else does anything. That's what he said.
Or
Pretty
is
much
Nick,
the way it goes.
Nick is too
Pretty
busy
much the way it
posting
goes.
photos of the tomahawk steak.
All right, let's
He got it at $300 a plate
let's
joint.
close the loop on this, because I know between Jessica Cord and Joe Del Beato, they're hanging on my every word for this. So started out as a film noir piece from the 1940 serial. Jessica Cord did the pencils, because you see, Rex, pay attention to this. Comic books are an
I try
assembly
not
line
to.
process, and the assembly line usually begins with a pencil.
Let me catch you up.
The
That's
pencil will
Batman.
do pencil
Yeah, I know.
artwork.
You know, read
And
comics.
then it goes to an inker, and the inker embellishes those pencils and creates great delineation, which, by the way, Mr. Joe Del Beato is a master at. And then it goes
Isn't
to
that just tracing?
a hack like me that will just add some colors and sort of round it out. But you get 3 people on this particular cover. 3
Mike, you're not wrong.
signatures.
You're not wrong. Mike's hashtag is Amy always saves the day, always in caps.
This is true.
Yeah.
So that's a special cover that I am very proud of and love to see collaborations like this.
The truth is, you guys did an amazing job bringing that still
more
to
of
life.
them behind the scenes, but this is like one of the first. If not, actually, I think this is the second time we've done this, so it's like one of the first times that this
That
has
and
happened.
Flash are really look really really great.
Sir, I have a suggestion for your next triptych
I'm
cover.
getting away, so now Rex can be seen on camera. Everyone can
The
enjoy.
next triptych cover you 3 should do
That was his abridged
is
explanation.
a Fleischer Superman. And
Yes,
following the serial.
yes, that's a
is the
great
place-
idea.
Honestly, Mayor, can you go back over there so you're covering Rex?
So, Amy, we actually need the Ron Shepard cologne. We can give it away again today.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, we
So
have
at some
one more
point-
set left.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you, Amy.
All
I
right.
am not a cologne guy. Ron laughed when I told him the last bottle of cologne I owned was
Yeah,
one.
I was hoping it was liquor.
I got my right.
Mayor, have you seen
I have
these
not.
yet?
I got one. I got high karate for my dad for like my 10th birthday. That
It's
was
like
it.
an unveiling.
I thought you had the same bottle of Stetson since 1978 or something, John.
I had Avon race car. This one is, I think, what, Cuban Nights or Black Magic.
Smells good.
Thank you again, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. I don't think he's in the room now.
Most of these are named after Ron's like songs that Ron likes.
Is that
Okay.
true?
Yeah, so
Winds of Change.
Amy, explain
One Night in
it
Bangkok.
again.
Crossroads.
What is it?
He-
It's
Black
a
You
place
make
and
custom
go-to?
fragrances. Like
There
you
you
went
go.
to a class and you can learn how to do it.
Got you.
As if Ron isn't
So-
amazing enough.
Thank you.
I already named the one Crossroads because he's a big fan of that Britney Spears movie.
Nice. I thought you were going to say the Ralph Macchio movie. I was like, okay, man, we'll go with that too.
I think it's more of a deep cut to pull the Britney Spears movie out. By the way, Jay wants you to know you're 3 minutes past break, Rex.
Oh, that was really good too. These breaks are
Mariano's
suggestions.
explanation
Will,
again.
will do.
That's a great idea, though. You need to do a Kirk Allen Superman cover.
Let's take notes. Let's take notes so this is all remembered after the
I'll
show.
text you each day.
We used to
So-
ask for suggestions about what covers you guys want. Like we would love
This
to.
is great.
put them
That's,
Yeah,
together.
let's
that's
do it.
weird.
What?
Why
we
is
need,
everyone's
we need more Superman stuff. We need more.
No, it's
Fantastic
everyone's
Four.
Superman
Super
movies
on
coming out.
screen
You never
is
know.
different.
There may be some Superman stuff coming out.
Oh, you know what? If you're
You never know.
if you're
It's
gonna do
possible.
If you do the serial thing, the Captain Marvel serial with Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's all good. Open to ideas. All good.
All right, so the giveaway is the Ron Cologne.
Smells good, by the way.
last set, and then the Star Wars #1 signed by Greg Land. All right, and we might as well make, what are we doing? Yeah, hashtag Amy Saves the Day, all lowercase.
Yep.
All right, and
Good job,
same
Becky.
hashtag, we'll do the drawing for both.
You want to
items.
you just want to give it to Becky now because I think she's the only one we like.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, I'm leaning that way.
Is that
Right?
how this works?
I'm kind of leaning that way. You know, Becky's the only one that stands up and defends me. Thank you, Becky, by the way, again. All right,
Becky, we're
so
gonna
Becky's
work
one
on
of the few
this.
people who still fills out her forms. Just saying.
yes, another kudos to Becky. So Becky wins on 2 levels. So
There
we're
were some
going to give it to
slackers
her.
on Friday.
Oh,
Ooh.
Preston, you are not wrong. Preston said if Mariano doesn't play for Superman, it will never make it past John's trunk. That is 100% the truth.
All right. So I realize we are past past the break time. So we're gonna go to break real quick. We'll be right back, and we will. Yes, CJ, you're right. Marcus did defend me, but he's also the one who's
And
responsible
when
for
we
the
get back,
copper.
we'll talk about
the
cool
copper
horror
tone,
models
sketch
from the 60s and 70s.
So it kind of balanced itself out. All right, we can go to break. Our first one, hang out. We'll be right back. We'll do shout outs and get to the books. So hang out. We'll be
Take
right
care,
back.
guys.
Order Battle Quest comics at your local comic shop today.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
All right. So thank you, Mariano, for coming in. He had to go home. Otherwise, his wife will beat him, from what I hear. No, seriously. All right. So we're going to do shout outs. Although, man, this is really weird. All right. So Corey in the house, Mike Asbill, Marcus, of course, Easy Go Lucky, Barlord, Becky, of course. Let's see who else. Let's see. Dampa Roby. Who is that? I know who that is, but I can't remember. CJ. let's see. CJ's in the house. Triple B, of course. Let's see if I missed anyone.
I think that's Dwayne's a pain.
Dwayne's a pain. That's right. That's right. Hey, Dwayne. This is weird looking at the names. Kenneth Bird, what's going on, buddy? Ed Weird is back. Wait, Ed Weird is under Eddie Von B 7463. That's so weird. All right, Space Case, what's happening, bud? Who else I see in the house? I know I haven't gotten everyone. Let me see. John Resto, 1603. I don't know who that is, but I feel like I should.
Yes, TJ.
Lorena, what's going on?
On the break, we were discussing the serialization of these comics, and I was explaining to Mariano who Keith
Preston.
was.
Wow, it's weird seeing names like this. Let's see.
The names don't matter. They're
Well,
still here.
kinda
Wondering if we'll ever
does.
talk about
I want to
comics,
know who
but,
I want to know who's I'm chatting with. So kind of does. So Damper Roby. I guess that's not it weird.
That's
No,
Dwayne's
it's
a pain.
Dwayne's a pain.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dwayne's a pain. That's right. Why did I say it weird? I think I got everyone. Let me see. So yeah, looks like I got everyone. All right, cool. All right, so Robbie, what is the movie of the night?
Tonight we're wrapping up Crew's Choice with my buddy Verno's pick. We're talking about Stand By Me, directed by Rob Reiner, of course, based on the Stephen King novella. So yeah,
Excellent
Stand
movie.
By Me. This is the last bit of Crew's Choice. The next week we go into a month of Action Fest. This is one I loved when I was a kid, man. So I'm really excited to unpack this one tonight.
Yeah, Stand By Me is an excellent film. River Phoenix died too young, way too young. It's a shame.
This
Wesley
might
Crusher,
be the
that's
most homaged movie that I can think of off the top of my head.
It's definitely up there, right? The ending's homaged a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of. Somebody actually asked. I saw a video of Stephen King was at a con, and someone asked him about another work, and it's similar to Stand By Me, and he said, "It's not an homage when I just ripped myself off," and it was like the most honest answer I ever heard from any creator ever in my life, and I just started to laugh. I'm like, well, fair enough, man.
That's that Todd McFarlane school of thought right there, right?
I remember watching that movie, loved it, and I was shocked that it came from Stephen King. That part was a surprise to me.
I mean, Stephen King, stuff like The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption is from Stephen King.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stand By Me was one of the first. That wasn't a
that's true.
Stephen King horror film, like Christine.
I think it was one of the first, because this was part of 4 little shorts that he did, and they put them together as one novel, I guess, or one book is 4 different short stories. That was where Shawshank's from. This one, there was 2 more in that.
That on my Apple TV.
Yeah, no, I mean, all of them are excellent, but it's just not what we expected from Stephen King. I mean, The Shining, things of that nature. So I was shocked because it's not really a horror film. There is the dead body, but really it's a coming of age, talking about, growing up, kids from different backgrounds. It was so well cast. The movie was just, it was riveting. It really was.
One of the interesting things I learned about this film,
That's all I had to say.
because nowadays we look and we see, oh, it's done by Rob Reiner. We know that he did Misery, which was another great Stephen King adaptation, and we know a bunch of movies that he's done. But at this time, he had really only done This Is Spinal Tap and one other thing. So the fact that he got this movie was kind of a big deal, right? Because most people just thought of him as a comedic guy because of course, of All in the Family and Spinal Tap, which there's new Spinal Tap coming out. Did y'all know about that? Coming out
Yeah,
like
Spinal Tap
September.
comes out later this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Is it this year?
Yeah, I think it's like September or something like that.
Yeah, it's
But very, very
I'm-
excited to check it out.
So, good movie night. So tune in to PCP for Stand By Me movie night, the last of Crew's Choice, and then next week Action Film, right?
Yep, Action
Do you
Fest
know-
starts next week.
Do you know what film you're going to do next week or yet? Or
Oh yeah, we're doing the Raid 2 next week. Yeah,
cool. All
which
right,
I've never
so-
seen, but apparently classic action films already. So
All right, so the giveaway book of the night, Star Wars #1, signed by Greg Land. And of course, the hashtag is Amy Saves the Day, all lowercase. All right, and then we do have the Ron Shepard. Thank you, Ron. He brought the cologne as a giveaway that John can't seem to stop touching.
Well, I'm smelling them. They're really nice. They're different
thought
than the
you got
ones I
your
got.
own. Oh, they are?
I got different ones.
Well, I have some.
I got Cuban Nights. I got one night. Cuban Nights is like a grown up, dressed up kind of.
Gotcha.
One Night in Bangkok is just. I like the song.
I like the names.
I like the name, so that was.
All right, so first up, we got
Big Trouble in Little China. That
was a
might
great
be.
movie.
That might be a movie that I pestered Nick to death about, and he was probably relieved when like IDW or somebody did it because it was one less thing that he had to hear from me.
That was a sleeper movie when it came
I
out.
love Big Trouble in Little China. Well, Kurt Russell did an interview about how his predilection for cult films,
Mhm.
and he's like, he just kind of shrugs, like, something comes to me, it appeals to me, I have an idea for it. Sometimes people don't realize. You go look at Kurt Russell's IMDb, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a ton of kind of cult type movies that Escape from New York and on and on and on. Big Trouble in Little China is probably my favorite and probably the worst of those kinds of movies.
Yeah, probably.
Stuff like The Thing and stuff like that are probably quantifiably better, but Big Trouble in Little China, and I actually think IDW did a crossover of Big Trouble in Little China where Jack Burton meets
Snake.
Yes, and Escape from. I think it takes place after Escape from Los Angeles or something.
All right.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Captain Ron, y'all. Don't sleep on Captain Ron. Come on.
Right? And yes, one of those little known facts, Kurt Russell was the last words reportedly spoke by Walt Disney.
All right. I had heard that rumor. All right.
Well,
so,
it kind of makes sense though. Look at all the Kurt Russell things, Walt Disney stuff that Kurt Russell was in when he was a kid.
yeah, no, I know that. But why would it be on, why would Walt Disney say it on his deathbed?
My guess is maybe he was just sitting in bed watching old Walt Disney stuff. Like they probably just put it on or whatever. And like, I'm trying to figure
Maybe.
that out. He's probably like Howard Hughes, right? He's Walt Disney. So he's in a bed.
Maybe Kurt Russell killed Walt Disney and he was trying to let everybody know. Maybe he poisoned him. He's like, I don't want to be in the computer that wears tennis shoes anymore. I don't want to do this stuff. I want to move on. I want to be Elvis.
I want to be Elvis. Next week on Pop Culture Philosophers, who actually killed Walt Disney. Join me at 8:00 Central Time.
You'll probably get some good views on that video, man.
Oh, absolutely. That's like cheap heat. That's
All right. So let's
I like
get
that,
to
TJ. Kurt Russell was the name of Walt Disney's sled. That actually makes sense.
a great reference. That's very cool. That's a great reference.
You said the Union forever.
Well, Disney police are already en route to Alabama from the park.
Mike Asbill wants a. Mike, you sure can, buddy. Mike Asbill is claiming a Dynamite 10-pack, and it will be a third giveaway of the night. Thank you, Mike. Very generous.
You know what we should put together sometime?
What's that?
A James Bond 10-pack. Because the James Bond stuff...
Anyone can request it.
Y'all did some really great James Bond stuff.
Yeah.
Some really good stuff.
Anyone can
Warren
request
Ellis,
it.
Andy
I
Diggle,
forget who it
Ibrahim
is.
Mustafa. Some really great stuff y'all have published for James.
Yeah.
Bond.
Either
artist
Corey
is-
or somebody, whenever they get the 10-pack, they always request Red Sonja.
Yeah.
So you can.
We got some of the extra Vampirellas.
Yeah, we can't guarantee what you get. Yeah, Marcus. The problem is with the Manic stuff. I don't know if I can necessarily sell them for 5 for 10.
The Green Hornet Mega Pack.
So I need approval for that, buddy. All right. So
if there's a John Cole Green Hornet Mega Pack, I'm gonna have to include something.
That I might be able to do. That I might actually think about. All right. So the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and as always, we got it for $5. Then the best deal I think we've ever had on the show, DF Mystery Box. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed, and we got it for $85. 2 CGC 9.8s for $85. It's a bargain. With all the rest of the books you get, that it makes it a super bargain. All right. Then let's get to the covers. First up, we got Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones #1. Saracel cover, which Mariano showed you. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have for $65. And weird, I'm still waiting for my John Cole hot dog pack.
You could have had hot dogs, but you were softballing, if you remember. I called you, and I was getting ready.
I thought you were bringing pizza that day.
I had hot dogs, too, because the hot dogs went on the pizza.
Well, I did not know that.
But you were like, no, I'm doing softball or rescuing squirrels.
Well, you got to give me some advance notice. You told me the day of, within an hour. Oh, are you at the office? I'm like, no.
Literally, we were, it was a Friday, so I thought you were gainfully employed.
I took the day off. I do that from time to time.
No, we were at my buddy's pizza shop. We did he wanted to do like a collab. No, Pizza More in Delran. He did 2 pizzas with the John Cole hot dog. One was one was like a spicy red sauce, spicy dog. And the other one was a breakfast pizza. The breakfast pizza was still selling at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Nice. Well, what's on a breakfast pizza?
Eggs. It's similar to a white pizza, but it has like an egg layer.
Is it like a gravy base, like for the sauce or something?
A little bit. It's kind of like there's a Mornay sauce for it. This is what it looked like.
Ooh, nice. Jalapenos?
Yep.
Ooh, nice. Send that to Jay. All right. So, Marcus, I can't do that because there are actually contracts for people to do that at tournaments that we go to. So if I did that, I get beat up by big guys. That is correct. That is the talk of the town. There is a Roy Rogers that opened in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Has not been around since the late 80s, 90s?
There have been Roy Rogers on like Turnpike exits.
Yeah, that
those have not been like a franchised Roy Rogers. Those have been like corporate pop-up stands where the food is delivered.
And there's some that don't sell the burgers or roast beef. They don't sell the chicken.
Sell the chicken.
There was one on the New Jersey Turnpike that still had the full menu.
And there was one on like Route 9 in Ocean County in New Jersey. And they barely had roast beef at all. It was literally just they bought the name and kind of served whatever they wanted to. People were getting like, chicken quesadillas out of this thing. And I'm like,
so to give you some idea, it is so nuts. They have had lines out the door since when? When did they open?
They had a line today.
Like Marilyn went to the private party night, right?
She did.
So the day, when was that? It's only been open like a week and a half,
maybe
something like
Friday
that.
Morning? Last Friday morning?
All right. They have been, I'm waiting for the lines to die down because I don't want to have that much time at lunch. But it is, they are out the door. And I used to love Roy's. Where I lived in Philly, there was one right around the corner from my house. And I used to go there all the time. I loved it. I don't know what it is. The fixing bar, I don't know. They butter the bun for the burgers. I don't know what it was. It just tasted different. But I love it. So in Virginia, 7 Corners. We're 7 corners in Virginia.
There are
CJ.
other parts of the country that have Roy Rogers. It's just spotty. Because first they were bought by, I think, the company that owned Hardee's, and then I guess maybe Marriott had them for a while. They have not had a great run.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I love their food. It was not a problem with the food. Burgers, fried chicken. 7 corners near Falls Church. You're not talking about Tyson's, right, CJ? I should be familiar with that area. Yeah, there are a handful that's still around the country, but they used to be everywhere here, and they just disappeared.
Well, especially in New Jersey, they had a pretty heavy concentration of them because you're between New York and Philadelphia. So back then, a lot of these companies would always want to hit cities first.
Right.
Being between New York and Philly, New Jersey wound up getting gifted a lot of franchises for things that, did not appear in the Midwest or the Southwest or something. And then it was just gone. Roy Rogers, if I remember correctly, Roy Rogers was bought by the company that owned Hardee's. And they essentially tried to give people Hardee's food under the Roy Rogers name. And Roy Rogers fans were like, absolutely not.
Right.
And back then, not a lot of people knew what Hardee's was in this part of the country. So it died. Marriott bought the brand for a little while. There was Roy Rogers in Marriott hotels, but it was never the same. You never got the Holster O'Fry's partner. Yeah. You just didn't get the sort of, people didn't get what they wanted. Apparently, we're at a point now that somebody else is in there and they were just like, hey, look, I just want to buy a franchise and open it on a busy road next to the mall in South Jersey.
So CJ says Marriott started it. So unknown 869. The names are reading kind of weird on YouTube today. So you may be somebody who is a regular viewer. If you're not and you're just joining us, welcome.
Unknown is his usual name.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, man.
It seems that the roast beef place that survived, not in South Jersey, but elsewhere, is Arby's.
Yes.
Apparently, here. I don't know why it didn't survive in South Jersey. We had several.
No, we have them here.
Where do we have an Arby's here?
Dude, in Marlton.
Didn't it all close?
I was there last week, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're alive and well.
Because in Mount Laurel, it closed.
Which one in Mount Laurel?
It was right there in Senator Plaza. It's like Wendy's or something now. That was Arby's.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That was Arby's.
No, but the Arby's in Marlton still open. There's one at the 202 Dix McGuire exit.
Oh, by the military base. Okay.
You're right. So it's still around. A&W's you won't find much here, but we have Stewart's.
Stewart's, and
we have
Weber's.
Stewart's, Weber's.
Well, that's the other thing. When we had Weber's, it was sort of. Oh, apparently Hardee's is the breakfast spot in North Carolina.
I did not know that. That I did not know. All right, so
Hardee's is a big breakfast spot down here too if you're over 60 years old. So.
Yeah, I've seen that when I go south. They're okay. Hardee's.
People are surprised when they find out the things that are in South Jersey. Like I remember one of my wife's cousins had a visitor and she was stunned that there was a Checkers here.
Oh yeah.
There's a Checkers here and it's very popular in its town. People love it.
We've got Checkers, man. They got some of the best fast food fries out there, man.
Is that the Big Buford? Is that the place that has the Big Buford?
Yes, it is. And that's actually a good fast food burger, man. Red onion makes all the difference.
I was going to say they have a special when you drive past there. They have like a lunch special where they basically fill up a bag with like burgers, fries, and a soda for like $8 from like 12 to 2 o'clock.
Do you know what I wish they'd open around here?
Rallies and Checkers. Thank you, TJ.
What is that Filipino fast food?
Jollibee.
Jollibee.
There is a Jollibee somewhere. I think it's in Philadelphia, and there's going to be another one.
I'm not driving to Philly. And I'm not driving to Central Jersey just to get it. Robbie Roach, what's up, man?
I see all this talk about A&W. We used to have, like, when I was growing up, we had an A&W that had, like, the actual drive-in, and they had the dining room with this giant, like, fireplace in the middle of it and all this kind of stuff. And then it went away, and then it came back packaged with a Long John Silver. It's since gone, too, but my favorite thing about A&W, by the way, I love their root beer, but do y'all remember especially if you drink like 0-calorie sodas. A&W Zero Sugar is delicious, right? But do y'all remember, this was a funny thing that I think is hilarious. A&W did a 1/3 pound burger to try to compete with a 1/4 pound, but people thought
Yeah, they thought
That
it was smaller.
People
I remember
didn't
that.
know that 1/3 of a pound was bigger than a 1/4 of a pound.
I just
the number 4 is bigger than 3, man.
We're good at a lot of things. Math not so much.
is not one of them.
Math isn't one of them, man. We're not cognitively. We're a little bit kind of clunky with stuff like that, man. I'd love if I'd been a 1/3 pound burger everywhere.
Chester chicken. I don't think I've ever had that.
I've never heard of that either.
In my Facebook group,
I've heard
people
of it.
throw out Chester chicken. People throw out a whole bunch of stuff that they want to say.
Have you tried that place, that local place that started a chain, Assad's Hot Chicken or
Yeah,
something?
I
Like that?
have.
Is it good?
They send stuff to us. I am not I like chicken that's spicy, fried chicken. The way some of these hot chicken places do their chicken, it's like a tender.
Right.
I like chicken on the bone, and I understand I'm in the minority. These places, Assad's, Iffy's, they got lines out the door all day. People buying hot chicken, light me up type of things or whatever. I kind of prefer either fried chicken or a cutlet.
I got to tell you what I did not
the tender
find.
thing is not.
I got to tell you what I did not find. It was okay, but it wasn't fantastic. Canes. Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's is very popular.
I don't know why.
I see it posted about
okay.
all the time. I've never had it, man. I've never even seen
I
it.
had it. It's just chicken fingers and fries and some special
That was
sauce,
the
which
same
I gotta be
story
honest, does
with
not taste that.
PDQ.
Yeah.
PDQ was just like fries and whatchamacallit, tenders or whatever.
You see?
Yeah, sure. There was a little sauce. They put them on like a little King's Hawaiian roll.
I'm with Jay.
I'm not driving out.
I'm with Jay. Cane's is meh. Okay, if I'm there,
Everybody has a thing that they like, right? Whether it's nostalgia or, like maybe a guy like Robbie works in a building and he only has a half hour for lunch. Across the street, there's whatever. He grows to like it because he can run over, grab his lunch, get back and sit down and eat it in his car or something. People find reasons for fast food connections for the weirdest.
So TJ, I had Zaxby's in Florida last summer. I gotta admit that was also meh. We were there, we were hungry, so we stopped.
We went to Guy's Chicken Guy at
like,
Disney World.
I'm a
People-
huge Zaxby's fan. I'm a big Zaxby's guy, man. The wings and things, you get 3 tenders and 5 wings. I get their hottest sauce, which used to
They
be.
call them here tails instead of wings.
I guess. It was okay. It wasn't like it was bad or anything.
You know what Zaxby's also has? They also have really good like fast food salads. I mean, just saying they do, man. I love Zaxby's. I'm a Zaxby's nut.
Yeah, see? I tried Chicken Guy in Disney World, and I tried Chicken Guy in King of Prussia. And everybody thought, it's from Guy Fieri. Okay.
Just because it has a big name on
Guy
on
Fieri's worth $50 or $60 million. It's a good thing he's not relying on this chicken to earn
no
money.
kidding. So what was that
Chicken
burger place in Cherry Hill Mall? It was open
Bobby
by
Flay's?
Yeah, Bobby. That was overpriced, and I was like,
Just like Bobby Flay Steaks at Borgata. People went in there, and it's not like Bobby is making your steak.
yeah.
He would show up twice a year for press and promo and to sign some cookbooks.
Now TJ Cookout, I thought was pretty good. I
Cookout
stopped
is
there.
good.
Yeah,
There's
I
one
did
down-
stop there.
There's a Cookout down the road from where I stay when I go to Myrtle Beach. A couple blocks this way is a Cookout.
That may have
A
been
couple
where I
blocks
had
the
it.
other way is a Fuddruckers.
We went to that one.
I'm super.
I
happy
miss
with that.
Fuddruckers. There used to be one locally in Voorhees, and they closed. Yeah, I
There's
liked
one
it.
in Tom's River, outside of their mall. It was a Fuddruckers.
Okay.
And people love that. And
So
they
my
just-
daughter liked it. She had never had Fuddruckers before. I think that one Cherry Hill closed like not too long after she was born. And I always liked it and the fixings and all that stuff. Fuddruckers,
Do we have another break or something?
yeah, we probably.
I mean, I don't. That's.
I blew past that one too. All right, so I'm blaming Mariano for all this. He threw us off our game, our rhythm.
Blaming Mariano for this.
So
Oh, this will make you happy though. When
What?
I was talking to him outside about something, he got a call from his wife,
See,
and I said,
you thought I was kidding.
"I said that is all you," and I walked away because I heard the husband tone of voice.
She was like, "Where are you?"
Where are you?
He's like, "Oh," and he probably blamed it on me.
He's low jacked. You know he is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's probably going to tell his wife that I begged him to come on the show, which I did not.
I had to save Rex and John's
Right,
job.
which I did not because, to be quite honest, he asked me, and I just kind of gave
there
in
we
because
go.
I felt bad for him.
That is the.
Ooh,
This
Are
is a
those
little
homemade
bit of culinary
chips?
inception. This is the John Cole hot dog available at Haddon Culinary.
is that the homemade chips?
That's homemade chips and cheesesteak chili.
Ooh.
Griddled
Wait, did you make
onions.
this at home?
That's like the demo dish I made at home. Haddon Culinary will be doing it. You know.
Gotcha.
That
I
looks
saw them
delicious.
listed.
And
Is
the
this
hot
the
dog
is this the
shout
one
out,
that,
shout
that,
out.
that this is the one you were on the menu for? It has said some like cheesesteak chili or something like
Yeah,
that.
they posted something on Facebook. Gave John a shout out.
I was very
Yeah, I
good at
saw that.
Yeah, there it is.
it. I am
Inspired
working
by
on-
John Cole.
I am working on getting trying to figure out how we're going to ship these because there are people who very kindly want to try them.
Yeah, definitely.
They're
I want to support our group, but don't bring them here. I ain't shipping them to them. I ain't dealing with that. All right.
that is a
However,
pizza-
I do need mine.
my buddy owns a local pizza shop that's pretty popular, Pizza Amore it's called. He did this one, which is like the sunburn. That sauce is Fra Diavolo sauce. And then the hot dogs have roasted long hot peppers inside of them.
Nice.
And I'll let you know right now, this one was, this is sort of when you get a milkshake with.
So, Preston, you guys don't seem to understand.
Oh, and this
We
is
live-
the breakfast pizza.
We live in a town, in a state that is overregulated, right? So, they managed to get concessions in this one town, and
Well, thank you.
thank you, Dwayne. And they had to go through all this approval, and they couldn't sublease the field. It was complicated.
There's
But
a lot of
luckily-
good stuff
luckily
about
we
living in New
finally got
Jersey,
them
and there's a lot of downside.
Yeah, luckily we got one. But if I tried to bring John Cole hot dogs there, they'd probably throw me out of the park.
Yeah, it's a little. Well, they're working on. They'll probably be. They're. I think it's like the Lehigh Valley Phantoms.
Oh crap! I'm sorry, Tracy Medina. Hey, what's going on? So I'm sorry, Jay. All right, we're gonna take our second break now. We should have taken it about 15 minutes ago.
An hour ago.
But again, I blame Mariano for distracting us, throwing us off our game. So we'll be right back, and then I will get to the books, and we'll talk more about the
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance, a song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to.
So that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com. In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
All right, we're back. All right, so we might get Comcast casted tonight because during the break it kept like stalling. You know, so who knows?
Well, this hasn't really been like our finest hour, so
I'll say that.
Have we gotten to any of the books yet?
One.
What kind of book are you looking
All right,
for?
so a Robbie sketch cover. All right, next up, we got the Incredible Hulks, number 635, with Grey Hulk cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have it for $65.
This is nice. It does have like some sort of like 90s type of energy
it does.
to it. I like this.
And as always, if you get 2 or more tonight, you'll get them for $60 a piece. All right. Then this one, which required super long explanation this morning and during the show, Detective Comics number 1027 with Batman Noir, cover sketch by Jessica Court, Joe Del Beato, and Mariano Nicieza.
I do think that we accidentally, with all our sort of, off topicality, we did kind of stumble onto something cool here. These covers sort of from like the serial era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like this stuff, I think by and large, you've got a few fans. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon or whatever, or Apple TV. They run these serials together. There's, The Shadow is probably the best known one, but there's Batman, there's Superman. Somebody mentioned Kirk Allen. The Green Hornet, obviously, and I think maybe it would be kind of cool to.
So, Ed Weird, Carl is sort of new, but this is not the first time we've had his work on the show. So he's just, he is newer, okay? Like Jessica and Dan Neilinger and Tony Scott have been with us a little while now. All right.
Well, the Pulp series Batman influenced, I'm trying to think of the artist who sort of did the Batman story where you find out Thomas Wayne had a bat suit for a masquerade party. It was turned into a paperback. Denny O'Neil. I'm trying to think of who else did that. It's just sort of a neat idea. I mean, you look at the serial and you look at it and you're like, but you've seen a lot of people reference that serial costume, including, I think, Paul Pope in something called Batman Year 100.
And also shout out to Phil and Nick Sergienko, who is on Facebook. So he can't really see what you guys are chatting about. I can see him, though, and so can Jay.
Yeah, dude, you mentioned Batman Year 100 by Paul Pope. That is an excellent book, and it's actually coming out in a new printing very soon in the Collectibles.
All right, next up, we got Aquaman number 1 with Blue Devil cover sketch by Tony Scott. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
There's a universe where everyone has forgotten Lobo, and Blue Devil is going through like his 4th renaissance, and that's where I wish I could kind of slide over to. I've never been a Lobo fan, so.
All right. So then we've got, let's see, Deadpool versus Old Man Logan, #1, with Wolverine versus Deadpool cover sketch by Tracy Medina. So this one's nice. I like this one a lot. All right, it's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. And then we have Flash #800 with Flash cover sketch by new artist Christian Blockinger. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. 2 or more sketch covers tonight, you'll get them for $60 each. All right.
This is a great way to sort of.
Yeah, well, Mariana showed me some of this other stuff that he was not willing to release to me just yet. And I like this guy too. I think I like his work.
I like this a lot. This is very cool. Preston, you and me both. Pulp Heroes is probably, because I throw Green Hornet in there, is probably the thing that poor Nick has been pestered about the most by me over our long and, for me, fulfilling and him dreadful friendship.
All right. So then we have blank covers again. They seem to be a hit. So here we go. Justice League #1, blank cover. And we have this one for $5. Then we have Batman City of Bane #75, blank.
Speak to Preston's point real fast. What I kind of would love to see with the Vamp is something what we're seeing with Green Hornet and Miss Fury. I think the sort of, instead of Marvel team-ups, Dynamite team-ups would.
You know what, Marcus? I didn't have it listed, but what the heck? Yeah, we will do what we did last time. If you want an artist to do a cover for you, and we'll make the choices the same: Tracy Medina, Jessica Court, and who's the third one we did? Dan Nyland. All right, your choice of any book tonight. So obviously, we did it at $100 per sketch commission. The cover, the blank cover, will be no worries, Jay. The blank cover, if you purchase the commission sketch, will be included, obviously, in the price. And your choice of anything you see tonight. And if you have requests, I'll see if we have the cover. I'm not sure. Your choice of character and artist and title. All right. Next up, we have All-Star Batman #1. And we have this one for $5. Canadian, what's up, man? Then we have Old Man Hawkeye #1. This is also blank. And we have this.
I noticed
for
these old man books didn't start coming out until the comic base aged so poorly.
I thought you'd say since we became old men.
Well, that too. That's sort of what I mean. It was just like, I'm wondering if, like in 15 years, Robbie will be picking up like Old Man Donatello.
The funny thing about this Old Man Hawkeye blank is I heard that somebody sent it to an artist for a commission, got it back. It was a picture of Donald Sutherland.
Nice.
All right.
This is the Robbie cover of John Cena. You're welcome.
All right.
Robbie,
Still
that
the
was-
champ.
That
Still
was
the champ.
such an underrated comment, and I hope people got it, man.
I think John got it, or he was pretending, but I think John gets it. But thank you, Jay. I really do appreciate that. That was a very clever one, I thought.
All right. So then we have Star Wars Poe Dameron #1 blank. And we have that one for $5.
I heard a story one time that somebody sent this blank to an artist for a commission, and it came back and it was Llewyn Davis.
I got to put
More people have seen MASH than Inside
up with Robbie's bad jokes. I like heel Robbie better.
How many awards have Robbie's bad jokes pulled down?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, you can nominate me right now over at
The metal detector
cbcwords.org.
goes off when you pass his store.
Y'all should go vote and nominate. Go nominate pop culture philosophers over at and the EXP. Why not? Let's do it. Come on, y'all.
Well, there's different times a year, right? There's the time of year where we nominate Robbie for stuff. There's the time of year where we congratulate him for winning stuff. There's the time of year where we hit his Amazon wish list for his birthday.
Somebody knows the PCP lore. That's nice, John. I'm glad you're paying attention.
It's it's 4 seasons of Robbie, and that's heartwarming.
All right. Then we have Black Knight, #1, black blank cover. And we have this for $5.
I'll tell you right now, if Kyle and Jay don't win an award for thumbnailing, it's very clearly predetermined. Because I don't know if anybody has a stronger thumbnail game than Kyle.
There's not an award for best thumbnails, but there should be. By the way, I heard a story that someone sent this Black Knight variant to an artist for a commission. And it came back. It was a picture of Jon Snow.
Oh.
All right. So then we got Captain America #700 blank. And we have
someone sent this guy on to Robbie to his thing, man. This is a great gimmick.
Well, I'll keep it going, man. You just wait and see.
Then we have Uncanny Avengers #1 blank. And we've got that one for $5.
You know, that Captain America one you just showed, I heard a story that someone sent that to an artist for a commission, came back. It was the Red Skull, but he was Italian.
Oh.
Boom, boom.
Didn't I see the reissuing that or something? That version of Captain America?
They totally should. Every single thing that Marvel's ever done should be available in physical media, including the David Hasselhoff Nick Fury show or movie. And the Generation X pilot. I want to see it again. Come on, y'all.
So speaks St. Roger Corman.
All right. Then we have King in Black, #1, black blank cover. And we have
Robbie can do this all day. He's our own Steve Rogers.
You know, I heard a story that somebody sent this off to an artist to get a commission. And it came back and it was a picture of Gollum.
Oh, no. Gollum.
We just have blank covers. That's all.
We just have blank covers, man. It's just...
All right, next up, we got Green Arrow #25 blank cover.
And why would this cover not be green?
Do I look like I know? I don't
Because
know.
then the logo wouldn't stick out, John.
That is true, actually.
We have this for $5. Then we have New History of the DC Universe #1. This is brand new. And we have this for $5. All right, and then here come the ratios. First up, we have a Wonder Woman #9, cover C by Reiko Murakami. And we have this one for $6.
That's a little bit of a different take on Wonder Woman, but
Right.
I like it, right?
Very Jim and the Holograms, right? Look at that hair action.
Oh, yeah, that's a great reference, actually. It really is.
Then we have New History of the DC Universe #1, 125 ratio by Michael Cho. It's a 9.6. Oh, and the Wonder Woman is between 9.4 and 9.6. This one by Cho is a 9.6, and we have this for 10.
It's a great
I like his style a lot.
There's your Hour Man, John.
I was going to say there's Hour Man. Michael Cho did some Space Ghost. That sort of makes me happy.
All right. Then we have Jeff the Land Shark #1, 125 ratio by Now Fuji. It's 9.6, and we have this one for 10.
This is so popular on Marvel Unlimited. It's crazy how people love this stuff.
All right.
Whoever owns Marvel Unlimited, there's like a little like Star Comics level for like the animals.
Gotcha, Becky. All right. So I have 2 of these. Now I have one because Becky claimed one of them. All right. I got you down, Becky. All right. Then this one's nice. This one's a high demand. Jeff the Land Shark #1, 1/100 ratio art germ Marvel Rivals Virgin. It's a 9.4, and we have this one for 50.
Nice job, Stanley.
One of my favorite things about this art germ cover is that there are multiple rows of teeth on Jeff the Land Shark. I love that because most artists, he's a cartoony character. just get like the cartoony teeth. But this one, a little bit more realistic, but still cartoony. I like it. It's pretty
I
good.
like this one because usually they make Jeff look like Jabberjaws. And I'm not even gonna say there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but
Do you remember the Aquaman Jabberjaw one shot that DC did a few years ago? That was pretty fun.
I loved all that. Was their sort of that was Hanna-Barbera's first foray back into comics. You had some pretty cool stuff. I mean, you had like Batman and Elmer Fudd.
All right. So then, now we have back issues. All right, and we have some medals, and we have a couple of best offers. Man, I'm better at cooking.
RoboCop.
Number 1.
Thank you, Dr. Peter Weller.
It's an 8.0, and we have that for 10. Then we have Avengers number 142. It's a 7.0 to a 7.5, and we have that for 10. Then we have Avengers number 149. It's 9.0, and we have that for 10. Then we have Fantastic Four number 212. Second appearance of Terax. It's 9.0, and we have that for 20.
I know that the Sphinx is sort of like one of those characters that popped up everywhere. He was a Nova villain, blah, blah, blah. In all fairness, and I like the Sphinx, I don't know if Galactus would notice the Sphinx.
All right, so Jay, I'm going to jump out of order here.
Really? That's not happened before today.
To the bottom of the spreadsheet, the 2 best offers. So give it enough time, all right? So the first one is the Iron Man Mystery Bundle. 21 comics. They're all Iron Mans.
Is that number 46?
That is number 46, correct. All right. So it is a best offer item starting at $5.
Wow. I don't think, you know what? I don't think Reed look at drawing Don Knotts is a bad idea, actually. I think that has some legs.
I'd watch it.
The Fantastic Four meet the Incredible Mr. Limpet. I mean, I think that sells itself.
All right. And the second best offer item of the night, Red Sonja 45th anniversary trading card signed by John Boy Myers. It's a best offer starting at $1.
Oh, wow. It's a hot artist.
Yeah, that's really nice.
There you go.
I was noticing that previously.
You are.
How many of these do you have?
Right now, 1.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Talk with your buddy Mariano.
Okay.
He's the keeper of the cards. All right. So to go back to the back issues, so these are our 2 best offer items. So anybody who wants to make an offer? All right, $3. Mike Asbill, you got it, buddy.
Actually, TJ, I think they did kind of add that later. The Sphinx was one of Kang's identities, which I thought made a lot of sense, actually, because they're,
I got you down, Mike.
Ralph Furley's the landlord of the Baxter Building. See, that might be like comment of the night for Marcus. I like that.
All right.
That's late era Three's Company we're throwing back to there,
You've seen when they kind of let other actors influence Reed Richards. You've seen how he's done it before. I think probably the best version of that is when they draw Mr. Fantastic like the Professor from Gilligan's Island. To me, in my mind, something like that makes sense.
All right. Next up, we have the Mighty Thor number 390.
Mike throws $3 on that card, by the way.
Yeah, I got that.
Thanks.
It is a 6.0 to a 6.5. Captain America wields Mjolnir, and we have this one for $5.
It's pronounced Mwamwa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say it all you want, buddy.
People are like, don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? I'm like, no.
$5. Gotcha, Becky. Go there. So Becky's starting us off at 5 there.
Yeah, Kat Dennings.
Nobody else jumps in. You get a great bargain there, Becky. All right. So
I'm
Then-
sad to see like Elizabeth Olsen saying she doesn't want to do Scarlet Witch anymore. I don't know how true that is, but I'm thinking of a live action Scarlet Witch with Kat Dennings if they're kind of doing like the current run of Scarlet Witch in like the bookshop. I'd very much like to see that.
All right, next up we have Detective Comics number 1050 with Trading Card COA. Outer Limits, Burl Gabrielle Del Otto, WonderCon 2022 exclusive. It is number 538 out of 1,000. It's 9.6 to 9.8, and we have this for 35.
A Kelly Jones inspired cloak for Batman.
All right. So then we got Spider-Man number 1. It's 9.4. And we have that for 25.
Great perspective on the city there.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite how the artist creates. I don't know if he does it like on layers and puts the layers together with like a light box to get the image he wants or whatever.
It's like a 4-point perspective or something like that.
That kind of stuff is, I mean, when I say I can't draw, I mean like at all, like in any way, shape, or form. So I'm always fascinated when I'll watch the videos, like you'll have different artists, like Dan Jurgens has done it. Todd has put up some videos. Alex Ross puts up a ton of videos where showing you exactly how he got, from a blank piece of paper to the cover that you're marveling at. And I think, I'd be very curious to know how the creator got that sort of, I think it's called 4-point perspective.
All right. So then we have Hawkeye versus Deadpool number 0. It's 9.2. And we have this one for 20.
Just so everybody knows, though, no Donald Sutherland in this book.
Then we have Spawn number 316. It is a 9.4, and we have this for 15.
I like that cover a lot.
That's a great cover, man.
That's a great cover. And I'm not saying
is that McFarlane? Who was that? Who did that cover?
I don't know.
Some obscure artist. I'm not sure.
All right. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 235, 7.5. And we have that for 10. Then we have Strange Tales number 165. It's 6.5. And we have this for 10. Silver Age for $10.
I was going to say, there's not a whole lot of Silver Age stuff out there for $10.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
And I don't know if anybody noticed, but the name of Ron's brand comes from a comic both him and I love, the original House of Mystery.
Yeah.
I thought that was very clever.
Oh, I did not know that.
If you look at, this is Winds of Change, but his brand is House of Mystery.
I got you. All right. Then we have G.I. Joe European Missions, number 1. It's an 8.5. And we have that for 10. Then we have Thor number 1, first cover appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. It's a 9.2. And we have this one for 10.
Yes, I do, CJ.
And then we got Batman Spawn, War Devil, second Batman Spawn crossover. It's 9.4, and we have that for 10.
This is one that Klaus Janson artwork, right? Klaus Janson did some work on this, I think.
All I see is lettering and capes.
All right. So then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 263. It's newsstand edition. First appearance of Normie Osborn. It's 6.5, and we have this one for 10.
This is one of the ones I had when I was a kid. It let me know that even I could be Spider Octopus.
You mean a superior Spider-Man?
What is it? You think is this the prototype for a superior Spider-Man right here, man?
You know what? You never know what kind of like triggers something in a creator, right? Like, the editor's there and they're kind of putting this stuff together, and you never know because the creators are fans too, right? So you look at the creator's age. Let's see, they're 45. You look at what they read 30 years ago. a lot of times you can see the seeds of that in what they're doing now. I would not be surprised at all if stuff like this are the seeds for Tony Stark's spider suit.
All right. So then we have the Max. Number half comes with a Wizard COA. It's 9.0, and we have this one for 10.
I love the Max. Sam Keith is a goat, but man, y'all ain't censoring this cover. This is a little not safe for work, I would say.
Yeah, there was. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when like comics nerds were facing each other with box cutters in the aisles to get copies of the Max and books like that. Like
it was a cool book, and then that animated series on MTV was dope.
MTV.
Yeah,
people forget some of that stuff. You know,
that was my first introduction to the Max. Was the cartoon, and then I started picking up the issues, and you know, they're like dollar bin finds for the most part, except for like issue 1 and this 1/2. But the Max is a really cool series, man.
I mean, you find the Pit. I sometimes I connect those in my mind because you find
they both were the second wave of Image, right? It was like led by Max and the Pit and what Deathblow, Blood Wolf. You know, I think they both the Max and Pit debuted in what Darker Image, I think, number 1.
Yeah, I think there's Darker Image. What it's called? I mean, there were times where like people would be waiting for the store to open, like an hour before the store would open, so they could get in and get these books. And now I see them in dollar bins, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I remember waiting for the store to open, and then them being like, "No, kid, there's no new issue of Pit." It took forever for that book to come out, man.
If you were a Valiant fan and you were hanging on Unity, their crossover, you would show up at the comic book store, and you wouldn't even have to say anything. You'd look hopefully at the retailer, and he would just be like,
bruh, I had somebody who just came to my shop and found a copy of the one issue they were still needing of Unity, and they were so excited. He goes, I finally get to read this. I was like, bruh, it's been like 35 years, man.
All right, so finally we have
ready
the
to
metal
go to Jim
covers.
Shooter's house and tear the pages out of his backpack. Well, I need to know what happened.
All right, first up we got Unbreakable Red Sonja, number 5, premium metal virgin, cover by Lucio Perillo. It's just a retail of 100, and we've got it for 50 tonight. Then,
this guy's work is all right.
Then Red Sonja, Death and the Devil, number 3. Metal virgin cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. It's just a retail of 100, and we've got that for 50. Then Barbarella, number 8, metal virgin cover by Derek Chu. It's just a retail of 100, and we've got it for 50.
Do we have the CJ cover of Barbarella from his Instagram page?
Then Barbarella, number 9, metal virgin cover by Selena. It's just a retail of 100, and we've got that for 50. Then Barbarella, number 2, metal virgin cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. It's just a retail of 100, and we've got this one for 50. All right, so then we have the Iron Man Mystery Bundle, 21 comics. Best offer, Becky is leading right now at 5. Then we also have the Thor Mystery Bundle, 29 comics, and we've got that for 30 tonight. And then finally, we have the Red Sonja 45th anniversary trading card signed by John Boy Myers and our buddy Mike. Best offer, and our buddy Mike Asbill is leading at $3. All right, so it's time for our last and final break.
When do we take our last break, or do we
right now? And when we get back, I will do a full Rex cap. We'll do a full Rex cap, and we'll go from there. So hang out. We'll be right back.
The limit is the sky with no glass ceiling. But if the shoe fits, feel free to walk up in it. You can catch me in the sky with no flight attendants, or either in the coupe, but the roof is not attended. I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back, I don't look back. I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go forward, I just go go forward. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. Rap hitting, I button up Benjamin. I'm not like them. My car was cut different. For those that are listening, please know that I never backpedal. Nah, never that. I don't look back. I don't look back. I don't look back. I don't look back. I just go forward. I just go forward. I just go forward. I just go forward. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. I just ignore it. I don't look back. I don't look back. I don't look back. I don't look back.
What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com. Twitch. It's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
All right, we're back. All right, so let's do a full Rex cap. So the giveaways tonight, we still have the 3 bottles of a cologne from or fragrances or perfume, whatever you want to call it, from Ron. Thank you, Ron, if you're watching. And the book of the night is Star Wars #1, signed by Greg Land. And the hashtag will be the same for both. Hashtag Amy saves the day, all lowercase. All right. So then we have Dynamite 10-pack, a reader set, 10 random Dynamite. Oh, we have third giveaway. I'm sorry. So Mike Asbill purchased a Dynamite 10-pack as the giveaway. So same hashtag as well. So we got to do 3 of them. But if you want to purchase one, you can certainly make a request as to the titles. I can't guarantee we can fill them all, but we'll do our best. So 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher. And as always, we got it for $5.
And I would suggest if someone is going to make a request, James Bond. The James Bond
second that. I second that.
Really good.
I may do that. I may just do
They're
it, James.
really good, and there's a lot of talent on those books.
Right. I may just do that next show. All right. Then we have the DF Mystery Box. Our best deal ever. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guarantee. And as always, we got it for $85.
Oh, it's nice. You can't afford.
Did y'all hear the news about the new director of the next James Bond film?
No, I did not.
It's the guy who did Dune and your favorite, Blade Runner 2049. What's his name?
Oh, Villanueva.
Yeah, like Dennis Villanueva.
Villanueva.
Shouldn't it be Guy Ritchie?
Well, apparently the rumors are they offered it to Christopher Nolan and even gave him the option of final cut, but he still turned them down, which is crazy.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's the best move.
All right, so the sketch covers: Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones #1 Carousel cover. Sketch a retail of $149.99, and we have for $65. Again, you get 2 or more sketch covers tonight, and we'll do them for $60 a piece.
Yeah, everybody loves James Bond, right? Jay just mentioned Philip Kennedy Johnson, Garth Ennis. These guys had amazing runs on this book. Even like Jeff Parker pops in to do this. And I don't know if you would necessarily think, I don't know if Jeff Parker would be the first name you would associate with the James Bond book.
All right. So
some of that stuff is just very, very, very good, especially if you're a Bond fan. I mean, let's be honest, it's been a while since there's been.
All right. So then we have Incredible Hulks number 635 with Gray Hulk cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent. MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. Then Detective Comics number 1027 with Batman Noir cover sketch by Jessica Court, Joe Del Beato, and Mariana Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we've got this one for $65. Aquaman number 1 with Blue Devil cover sketch by Tony Scott. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. Then Deadpool versus Old Man Logan number 1 with Wolverine versus Deadpool by Tracy Medina. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have for $65. Hey Jay, can you answer Unknown's question?
I have no idea. I don't know how that works.
Okay. All right, so Unknown, just put the hashtag in again. All right, so Flash number 800 with Flash cover sketch by Christian Blockhinger. It's MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65. Then we have Justice League number 1 blank. Have that for $5. Batman City of Bane number 75. Have that for $5. All-Star Batman number 1 blank. And we have that for $5. Old Man Hawkeye number 1 blank. Have that for $4.
Thank you, CJ.
Star Wars Poe Dameron number 1 blank. Have that for $5.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is when they get situated on their end, we'll do a giveaway here.
Okay.
And I'll have Amy get the person's information or whatever, and then I'll just forward it to them.
Yeah.
And
Fair
hopefully
enough.
they'll get it shipped out.
All right, then we have Black Knight number 1 black blank. Have that for $5.
There's a Jon Snow joke in here somewhere, right?
Captain America number 700 blank. Have that for $5. Uncanny Avengers number 1 blank. Have that for $5. King in Black number 1 black blank. Have that for $5. Green Arrow number 25 blank. Have that for $5. New History of the DC Universe number 1 blank. Have that for $5. I have one left. Wonder Woman number 9 cover C by Reiko Murakami. 9.4 to 9.6, and have that for $6.
Mr. Easy Go Lucky would like the DC Universe blank.
You got it, Easy.
I just think I don't know if I recall seeing like this kind of take for Wonder Woman. At least not recently, and I just think it's kind of neat. I mean, generally Wonder Woman, unless it's like a multiverse variant, is kind of presented in a certain.
Yeah, I agree. All right, then we have New History of DC Universe number 1, 125 ratio by Michael Cho. It's 9.6, and we have that for $10.
We'll see.
Jeff the Land Shark number 1, 125 ratio by Now Fuji. It's 9.6, and we have that for $10. Wonder Woman 9. Gotcha, Becky. Then we have Jeff the Land Shark number 1, 1/100 Art Germ Virgin. And it's 9.4, and we have that for $50. And then the back issues, RoboCop number 1. It's an 8.0. I have that for $10. Avengers number 142. It's 7.0 to 7.5. Have that for $10. Avengers number 149. It's 9.0. We have that for $10. Then Fantastic Four number 212. Second appearance of Terrax. It's 9.0. We have that for $5. Then Detective Comics number 1050 with trading card cert. Gabriel Del Otto. It's a WonderCon 22 exclusive. It's number 538 to 1000. It's 9.6 to 9.0. 9.8 rather. And we have that for 35. Spider-Man number 1. 9.4. We had that for 25. Hawkeye vs. Deadpool number 0. 9.2. We had that for 20. Spawn number 316. It's 9.4. We had that for 15. Amazing Spider-Man number 235. It's 7.5. We had that for 10. Strange Tales number 165. 6.5. We had that for 10. G.I. Joe European Missions number 1. It's an 8.5. We had that for 10. Then Thor number 1, first cover appearance of Jane Foster's Thor. It's 9.2. We had that for 10. Batman Spawn War Devil, second Batman Spawn crossover. It's a 9.4. We had that for 10. Amazing Spider-Man number 263, newsstand edition. First appearance of Normie Osborn, 6.5. And we have that for 10. Then we have the Max number 1/2, comes with Wizard COA. It's a 9.0, and we have that for 10. Then the Metals, Unbreakable Red Sonja number 5, metal version cover by Lucio Perillo. Had that for 100. Red Sonja Death and Devil number 3, metal version cover by Joseph Michael Linzer. Just a retail of 100, and we have that for 10, or for 50 rather, sorry. Then Barbarella number 8, metal virgin cover by Derek Chu, MSRP of 100, and we have this for 50. Then Barbarella number 9, metal virgin cover by Selena, MSRP of 100, we had that for 50. Then Barbarella number 2, premium metal virgin cover by Joseph Michael Linzer, MSRP of 100, and we have that for 50. Then we have the Thor Mystery Bundle, 29 comics for $30. Then the 2 best offer items. First is Red Sonja number 45th anniversary trading card signed by John Boy Myers. Mike Asbel is in the lead at $3. Then we have the Iron Man Mystery Bundle, 21 comics. Best offer item. Becky is in the lead at $5. And that's all the items. If you're watching on Rewind, hit submission form. Let me know what you want. If it's still available, it's yours at whatever price you hear tonight on the show. We will honor that. All right. So I'm going to leave the best offers open until the end of the show. When we start to spin the wheel for the giveaways, then I'm going to close it then. And remind everyone the giveaways are Star Wars number 1, signed by Greg Land. Mike Asbill was generous enough to purchase and donate a Dynamite 10-pack reader set for a giveaway. And then, of course, for our good buddy Ron Shepard, we have the cologne that he brought for the giveaway to you guys.
The House of Mystery.
And the hashtag will be #Amy Saves the Day, all lowercase.
That'll be like a shirt next week in the Dynamite
And listen,
store.
hit the submission form, text me. If there's stuff you want to see on the show, let me know. All right. I think cards have done well, so I'm going to try to dig up more for Wednesday and next Monday. Metals, I'm going to rotate them out.
I'd like to see Dynamite books.
That should be next week.
Very soon, John. Very soon.
I'm told next week we will have Dynamite books. So hopefully we can get back in that groove. Robbie is doing Stand By Me tonight.
What's going on in Herculoids 13?
TJ, which email? I don't think I did.
Stand By Me.
Yeah, Stand By Me. I haven't seen it. I used to watch this movie all the time when I was a kid, man. It's one of those quintessential coming of age movies, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, TJ,
And I would say, I think it might be Corey Feldman's best performance.
Oh, wow.
I would agree with that, actually.
Can we all just agree it's Will Wheaton's worst performance?
Can we all agree that he doesn't have a good performance?
I thought he was pretty good. TJ, I did get your email. I'm sorry. I forgot.
He's pretty good as himself at Comic-Con. I will say that, Robbie. That's maybe his only good one.
I think
pretty
he's good
as
as toy
himself at
soldiers.
Comic-Con.
I like toy soldiers for some reason.
So TJ, I don't think we have any Hulk lithos in the back, but I will check tomorrow. All right, bud?
I mean,
I'll confirm with you.
I mean, I gotta believe Will Wheaton's best work is on The Big Bang Theory, right?
That was Wesley Crusher was all right, I thought.
No children on the bridge.
Wesley
Even
Crusher?
as a kid, bro, I hated Wesley Crusher. I absolutely hated him.
I like them.
Gene Roddenberry has said if you hate Wesley Crusher, you hate him. Roddenberry said at multiple cons that Wesley Crusher is like his conceit to putting himself into Star Trek. I don't know if he said that to save Will Wheaton from getting roasted at every con. But.
All right, so I'm going to close the best offers. All right, so I'm going to give everyone a minute.
Will Wheaton was really good on on The Big Bang Theory. I like people that sort of are self-aware. You know what I mean? I think that guy is well aware of the fact that he is the Jar Jar Binks of like the Star Trek universe. So, I think he's just decided to roll with it at that point. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'm going to give it a minute. The two best offer items. First one is Iron Man Mystery Bundle, 21 comics. Becky is in the lead at $5. And then the Red Sonja trading card signed by John Boy Myers. Mike Asbell is in the lead at $3. And I'm starting the clock now. It's a minute. So if anybody wants to put a claim in on the best offers, now's the time. Yeah, Becky. Yeah, John mentioned it. I don't know. I thought the Wesley character was all right.
That character's best performance and appearance is in Star Trek Prodigy. If you haven't watched Star Trek Prodigy, it's sort of like a juvenile animated series, but Wesley Crusher appearing in that was pretty neat. I thought that worked out pretty well. That's maybe the first time I was glad to see Wesley in something Star Trek.
All right. So hold on. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Oh.
So Becky wins the Iron Man Mystery Bundle, and Mike Asbell wins the trading card.
Congratulations. Should we give them more stuff?
How much more stuff can I give?
Just go to one of the other rooms and grab a handful of stuff. I mean, it's not our stuff anyway. We don't care.
All right. So
we'll take it off Jim's desk because he's not here. So this way, if it's missing,
yeah,
he'll be in trouble.
Yeah, he moved into that office in the hallway.
Oh, did he?
All right. So first giveaway, let's do the spin the wheel for the Ron Cologne House of Mystery brand. All right, here we go.
Ron is really into like the cologne making thing, and I think that's cool that he could just pick something up like that. It would be good.
Easy Go Lucky.
Mr. Easy Go Lucky, your scent game is about to get an upgrade. Congratulations.
Right. So then, Becky, which books are you talking about? I assume you're talking about the Iron Mans. So confirm with me on that. But I assume that's what you mean. So Ryan, if you would, please send me a submission form so that Amy doesn't beat me. It'd be nice. All right. So second giveaway is going to be the Star Wars #1 signed Greg Land book. And the winner is... Yeah, I figured, Becky. Very generous. Thank you. Becky. Hey, look at that. What goes around comes around. So karma. Becky is the winner of the Star Wars #1 Greg Land. That's awesome. All right. The final giveaway of the night is
I'm
the
glad,
Dynamite
because
10
so
pack.
many winners are undeserving, I think. And I'm
All right, so Dynamite 10 pack reader set compliments of our buddy Mike Asbill. And the winner for that is
that's a great idea.
Robbie
Robbie
Roach.
Roach.
Congrats, buddy. All right, that's cool. Yeah, the Becky coming up for the Star Wars is really cool.
That's justice.
Yeah, that really is cool. All right, so Robbie with Stand By Me. I love that film. 9 p.m. Eastern tonight on PCP. And Jay, what do we got coming up?
Keep a tab open because.
Well, actually, we're done for the day.
Okay.
Bronze Age Nerd and Bigby had their Heroes for Heroes charity sale on Saturday, so he needs a bit of time to get that stuff packed up. And Kyle has a bunch of other stuff he needs to get done, so no second shift lunch. So enjoy PCP movie night.
There you go.
So you want to just keep doing the show? If there's nothing else on the experience?
You can say if you like. It's up to you. All right.
Cooking with Kyle will be up next at 9 o'clock.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Learn how to barbecue with Kyle.
Considering some of the people teaching barbecue on the internet, watching Kyle is a massive upgrade. Some of those shows
I just go someplace, man. It's so
Guys,
much work.
I hate to end the show on a downer, but I just got word from a few people that Jim Shooter has passed away.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah, I just got a bunch of messages. So
wow. I mean,
that's really sad.
He was bad. They just
an incredibly important man in this industry. Like, his importance cannot be understated. You know, like at all.
Legion of Superheroes and a bunch of other stuff.
I met him when he had taken over at Valiant, I think it was.
Yeah.
So wow.
He did a big Valiant thing at New York Comic Con. Like it was a whole thing. Remember, like they marched in and they were sad. There's a whole thing about dancing on beards or something, and it was
super sad. I
yeah,
guess
he was a cool dude. I met him a couple times, man. I got to do a panel with him too. He was such a great guy, and I mean,
so
that's really sad to hear.
I must be getting that age because last week I was telling Kevin who works here. So somebody I used to work with in my youth, like I was in my 20s when we worked together. Nice guy.
So in the 1950s.
We're talking about me, not you. So he passed away last week, very suddenly. I noticed that we're Facebook friends. We weren't really in contact, but he had Jane Foster. All right, you got it, Robbie Roach. Hold on, Jane Foster. So I read on the internet his cousin posted something. He had some sort of autoimmune disease and complications from it. He passed away. He was younger than me, younger than you, definitely. Younger than me. It's just, I really hate getting to this age.
Well, it's weird. Yeah, because these names pop up like Jim Shooter, rest in peace. Was it a week or a week and a half ago? Food Network talent Ann Burrell apparently did a stand-up show, went home and died.
Yeah, I saw.
You know what I mean? And it's just you're at that age now where you sort of open your laptop and you're sort of, you know what I mean? It's like a little bit jarring or whatever.
It is sad.
You know, obviously, you know, Shooter's friends and family.
I got you down, Robbie Roach.
Yeah, it was Mark Wade that I think a lot of people were saying broke the news on socials.
Well, I mean,
all right, so Jay couldn't find anything, but it may be a little bit slow catching up. I hope that it's a hoax. I hope you're right.
I think it just got announced because I just got a bunch of messages all of a sudden.
You know what? I almost hope now. My first reaction whenever I see anything, I guess, is the internet age, right? Especially, you know, for Gen X. Oh, this is a hoax. We don't trust anything. We don't trust anybody. We always assume it's, you know. You know, I mean, I'm looking at Wade's Facebook post right here, and it's literally "Rest in peace, Jim Shooter." Picture of Shooter at a con.
That's sad.
Wade doesn't seem to be the kind of guy to just, you know.
Yeah, he's saying it's esophagus cancer that did it. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, literally a giant in the industry, both literally and figuratively.
Well, that was a downer.
Yeah, thanks for ruining the show, Bobby.
Yeah, Robbie.
Sorry.
No. To be honest, Mariano did that when he opened the show. That is sad news.
Well,
Though.
Mariano's a little bit older. The guy who
He
gave
actually is.
the guy who gave ex-serviceman Jakob Kurtzman a start in the industry. Jakob Kurtzberg, you know what I mean?
I guess we all know what we need to do, man. We need to read a Marvel comic from the 80s tonight, or we need to read some Legion of Superheroes, or we need to read some Valiant, right? So there you go.
Mark Waid is a real Legion of Superheroes fan, and I kind of am almost thinking if that's what he's doing.
So, rest in peace, Jim Shooter. The sad news. Check out Robbie and Stand By Me tonight at 9.
Suggestion though: go read some Marvel, go read some Legion of Superheroes, go read some Valiant. Valiant is one of those things where the reputation of Valiant hasn't always aged as well as I'd hoped. But the original run of Valiant, there was some really, really, really good storytelling there. Shooter's fingerprints all over that book. So that's that company. So
all right. I will be back Wednesday. And we'll be back Monday with John and Robbie.
Jay mentioned the EXP is kind of dark for the rest of the night. So
yeah, so check out Robbie on PCP, definitely. Okay, great movie.
Thanks for joining
Stand
us,
By
everybody.
Me.
Congratulations to everybody who runs stuff.
As opposed to that movie, he was about mimes in French. Stand By Me, excellent film. Okay, and a reasonable runtime too.
Yes, like an hour and a half, in and out, man.
Yeah.
Even with the pie scene, it still like comes in an hour and a half. So
thank you, Jay, for having the con as always.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. And to the group, I appreciate you guys. Stand by mimes. For 3 hours.
Next on the PCP movie mashup night is Robbie's Stand By Mimes.
I will see you guys Wednesday. Robbie, have a good week. John, as always, thank you. Jay, thank you for pushing buttons. Peace.